Ever since the radio contact with the French sailor, the crew has been anxious to land in Puerto Rico and reconnect with their loved ones. But they still have hundreds of miles to go. Thankfully, the conditions are spectacular and the Pogo 50 sails like a dream.
Our last supper is pork and beans, traditional Portuguese dish with noodles.
This will be the last night that the entire crew sleeps in the cramped quarters aboard the boat. The two aft cabins are separated by a lee cloth and are each shared by two sailors. In the forward cabin, there are 4 berths. After 15 days at sea, it is the island of Culebra that the crew sees in the dawn light. In modern times, the sighting of land also means mobile phone coverage, and the crew takes advantage to make quick phone calls to their loved ones and catch up on messages.
Here's Puerto Rico, our final destination. That's been great, man. Enjoying my beer.
I crossed the Atlantic Ocean on a sailboat with 7 other dudes, and we still like each other, and we're better off for it. I feel great.
I'm actually pretty emotional about it. I got 8 people across an ocean safely. No one got hurt, no one got injured. We had a lot of fun. It just feels like a real accomplishment. It just feels amazing. Like, we did it. You know, I think there's been a lot of people who were nervous. There was a ton of preparation, and it all paid off. Everybody got here, nobody got hurt. We didn't even get close to anybody getting hurt. It was great.
It feels a little surreal, but I think also it makes sense. Like, we've been waiting for this for a little while, and here we are.
It feels pretty awesome to have done something that very few other people have done.
Couple of weeks on the high seas with the merry crew of Pomfrites. Everyone did wonderfully.
It was a very nice trip. I really enjoy the journey. It was very good.
There are portions of it that feel like they are flying by, and other times feel like other days or watches feel like they just won't end. But it feels good to be landed, because we did it. We accomplished something. You know, you set out and 50 feet sounds like a fairly big sailboat, but when you're in the middle of the ocean and you don't see any other boats on the radar or otherwise, or planes for that matter, for 4 or 5 days straight, you realize how alone you can be. And I don't know, it's just a sense of achievement with the whole crew.
It did not seem to be very long, in fact. You go on a routine day after day, and you don't know what's the day today, what's the time anymore. So I'm really happy.
I'm a little excited and a little bit sad. I'm a little excited because I get to actually see my family in a few hours, I hope. I'm also a little bit sad because it was kind of an epic journey that finally had to end.
Everybody pulled together, the watches worked out great, personalities really meshed. You don't always get it right, but I think we did this time. So based upon my experience coming to Puerto Rico, I would do another, for sure.
What I learned, I really missed my family big time, and found that email wasn't really enough. So I think if I was to do another one of these, I'd want to do it with my family. But at the same time, I had a spectacular time with people, some people who I didn't know very well, a few who I did know well. I think the other thing I learned was how awesome it was to be without internet, other than missing my family. That was frankly a real pleasure.
I just took a shower and it was wonderful. I played some music. The shower was 3 minutes. That's all I needed. Life got really simple. I'm wondering how my brain is going to operate, because I've been without media and all the waves darting about, just because we were in the middle of nowhere. We were looking at waves the whole time, the sky, the clouds, the stars, and the moon. It sounds hokey, but it's rare that you actually are forced to sit down and that's all you have to do. It was wonderful. I'd do it again.
Captain Mike Evans was excellent in his decision-making, I thought. We're all here, we're all healthy.
As thrilling as the adventure was, it was equally challenging. It was hot, it was cold, it was lonesome, I was tired, you're awake, you're excited. At the same time, I'm happy to be back. It's December, and we're in tropical paradise right now. We're from Chicago, where it's snowy and Christmassy, and it's gonna be kind of a culture shock to go back, but I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to go back, for now.
I'm excited to see my family at home, but I also don't want this adventure to end. Like, I could keep going. I could keep going for another year or so. Like, I'm excited about eventually doing a circumnavigation of the world. And Guy said to me, "This is a once in a lifetime opportunity," and I was like, "No, I just got a new damn boat. This is the first of many opportunities." And so I'm excited about the whole point of this for me is to create relationships and to deepen relationships with people that I know. And that happened. Like, we really just I had some great talks with people, got deeper with some people.
The bond you build with the actual boat, with Pomfrite, is pretty strong. I mean, I think towards the end, I started to really just appreciate her as a ship that got us, or a boat that got us safely from another continent, and really have a strong affection for her.
It is a fast frickin' boat. It is fast, and it's stable, and it is safe. And it tears through the water like nobody's business. And that's what I wanted out of a boat. We just sailed the boat, what was it, 4,500 miles or something like that, total from France. And it's a hell of a first 5 weeks for a boat's existence. And honestly, some of the things weren't even finished when we left the dock. And so we put the systems through a lot of trauma, and so there's some repairs to be done and stuff like that. But all of the sailing stuff has been perfect. The hull, the rig, the sails, really just performed completely beyond my expectations. And that's the hard part. You know, like the freezer wasn't very cold. It's like, okay, no big deal. Well, except for the rotten chicken, so it kind of was a big deal. But like, whatever, we dealt with it. I'm just really thankful for like all the crew members and all their families that gave us so much time. I mean, it was a long time to spend away from home doing something that some people were really nervous about. And so I just appreciate their trust in me and just the selflessness that people had in letting us all do this trip and have this amazing experience.